Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to a fantastic episode in which I'm gonna bring you some fantastic news in these very dark times which we are experiencing right now in TOPWAR due to a lot of our friends quitting the game because the developers have reached out to help them summarize a proper feedback from the players. Now please pay attention, there is a huge difference between me making a video and asking you guys, okay, let's summarize something for the developers, and what you are seeing in this episode, which is the developers' request for our feedback. And for that, I would like to give a massive shout out to Sian, which is managing absolutely everything. This is a fantastic girl. We have interacted a lot of times during me playing TOPWAR, and she does a fantastic work. She is the one organizing this. I'm gonna put the link in the video description, and in this episode, I'm gonna show you my priority list for a simple reason, because I know a lot of you guys out there are gonna say, I'm not in a mood or I don't have the time actually to brainstorm actually a list of priorities which the developers should print and hang it in their office. So that's why please take just a few minutes of your time, watch this video till the end, and I'm also gonna add my priority list in the video description in order to make it far easier for you to just pick those bullet points and add it in this survey. So first of all, let's start with this link, which is a Google Docs document. In other words, yes, indeed, you have to log in with your Google account. But here you can see your email address will not be forwarded to them. Also on top, we have here the in-game name and the server, which you don't have to mention that if you don't want to. Of course, you have the VIP level, and of course, what's also super important, how long have you played TOPWAR till now? I'm pretty sure we still have a couple of people which are actually playing TOPWAR more than 4 years, but okay. Good. You're also basically seeing in this episode my video, because at the end of this video, we're gonna press together this submit button, just exactly like you see it on the screen. So yes, indeed. So TOPWAR right now brings me less and less joy every day. Therefore, yes, that's why I selected 1. Good. Now let's come to the feedback, and Sian has also mentioned in here, it would be wonderful and far more easier for her to summarize all this if we are using bullet points. And here are my top 9 things which the developers must start working immediately. And I'm also going to explain you in the end of the episode why the developers are actually in an even worse situation than we are right now. Good. So here's my priority list. The matchmaking. This has an absolutely maximum priority. And if we follow the other bullet points, this is pretty much how they are also actually improving the matchmaking. So the second bullet point is the rework of all combat power values of all items in TOPWAR. Now I have footage which I don't want to include in this episode, not to make it pretty much longer, because River Games still insists right now that the combat power value of a march is the key to their success, which is basically absolutely not. And just to point out an example, a level 7 exclusive skill, which costs you $1,800 or items worth that much, has actually the same amount of combat power points, 31,000, and this is absolutely wrong, because a level 7 of a very strong and powerful hero has a massive impact on the battlefield. Point number 3. Yes, I know this was denied by the developers, but hero and hero skill recycling tool. There is no way around this, River Game. And why have I added also the heroes in here? Because as of right now, we have 102 gold heroes, and you keep releasing every month a new hero. That's why. Good. Point number 4. We need small battle events, just like the loot quest. And by the way, River Game, yeah, the Titan Canyon Ball has to come back. That's absolutely a beautiful event. Not to mention, a lot of us still need it in order to get the highest tier for that skin. And in other words, basically, we need a small group so people can group up very fast. You don't need to wait for the whole server to be there or key players of your server in order to have a realistic chance against your opponent. And this, of course, together with the rework of the whole combat power values of every single item in TOPWAR will lead to a better matchmaking. And of course, we have to add that we need flexible times, just like you see the loot quest, because yeah, we are playing TOPWAR all over the world and we have different time zones. Therefore, we need at least 2 sessions per day for these battle events. Good. Point number 5. Yes, you really have to rework all the toys in TOPWAR. And what I mean by that is the Heavy Trooper with his chips, the Power Cores, and of course also the Remold. Now, specifically when it comes down to the Power Cores and the game-breaking mechanics of the War Beast, this has been implemented for a long time now. And those who have chosen to buy their way up to maximum, they already done that. So whomever is left right now won't do it either way, River Game. So in other words, when it comes down to the Power Cores, when it comes down to the Remold prints, you definitely have to implement a certain amount of this item to drop, for example, from the Word Hammers, from the Dark Legions every day, because we need to tackle this situation, which TOPWAR has right now, from different directions. You reworking the combat values and also get the balance between players in a better state. And of course, this also implies the priority point number 6, which is all the toys which you are decided to implement at this moment, they have to be implemented in a smart way. In other words, if a player chooses to buy a certain amount of packs to max out that new toy, also at the same time, the free-to-play players, just by logging in every day and doing a lot of tasks and quests, which you can add for free, has a realistic chance to reach also, let's say, not 100% maximum level of that new toy, but it definitely has to reach the 70. It definitely has to reach the 80% strength, maximum strength of that particularly new toy. And yeah, by the way, we have the pets coming soon, and we don't need an extra problem right now in TOPWAR River Game. Bullet point number 7. You really have to rework the Mechanical Master. We have a lot of ideas have sent to you. Just send a couple of employees into that coming soon pile. You're definitely going to find our feedback in there with the things which the Mechanical Master needs, because let's be realistic, River Game, 70 to 80% of the players in TOPWAR are Mechanical Masters, because these are players which understand how the game mechanic works and also at the same time understanding what's the point to be a combat elite, because as of right now, being a combat elite means it's all about you spending more and more and more money. While at the same time, the Mechanical Master is an absolutely beautiful class and a very important class. And by the way, I hope the Power Cores issue and the War Beast issue, which allows a player to bypass these core mechanics of the game, I hope we won't get to see a new toy brought to TOPWAR which can bypass core game mechanics. This is not okay, River Game. Bullet point number 8. Yes, we have a lot of dead servers, and up a certain point, you should not force these players to buy tickets in order to transfer somewhere else. You rather should take a couple of mods, choke to the servers, try to find quicker solution and get those servers merged together in order to tackle this issue very, very fast. Bullet point number 9, also extremely important, could have put it on the rank 1 slot. Stop spamming us with sales in God's name. I have explained this to you in a couple of episodes. The reasons why players are buying packs to improve their stats is because the gaming experience was so awesome last time they were in a battle event, which, by the way, River Game, just to be on the same page, that's one event for 1 hour per week. And if you think I'm too biased at this point because I'm a player, all you have to do is go to other companies and see how they are treating their community. Yes, they have shops, yes, they have offers, but you don't have to spam your customers with a lot of sales. This is just simply annoying at this point, and I can only speak from my experience. This tactic doesn't work. Just because you put 7, 8, 10 tabs of sales in my face, that doesn't mean you are increasing the chance of me buying one pack. I still won't buy it. Just to be crystal clear. So anyways, beautiful people, I'm gonna add now in the video description, and I'm also gonna pin this message to the video with these 9 bullet points, just in case there are a lot of you guys out there which will gonna say, I'm so disappointed at this point. I really won't take the time to try to figure out what would be a priority list. So if you still want to help us, and yes indeed, we need every single vote, dear beautiful people, just take my list and copy paste it in there. Good. Now I also have promised you in this episode to explain you why the developers specifically of TOPWAR are actually in a far worse situation than we are as players, because at the end of the day we are the customers here. We can take our wallets, we can take our friends and go to another game, but that's not the same situation for the developer. The developers cannot take his staff and go to the next company. So in other words, what's happening right now is Rework Game is releasing the 4th game, for which they already have almost a full team of developers, which means, in other words, dear developers, if you don't act fast on this one, listen to our feedback and explain it in the best way possible for your supervisors in order to start working on these crucial points which TOPWAR needs right now, it's a matter of time till you're literally gonna lose your job, the vast majority of you guys, and this is not a funny thing. So anyways, beautiful people, this is pretty much everything for this episode. I think this is a fantastic idea, and we should definitely take advantage of this and give them the feedback. Again, a massive shout out goes out to Sian, and let me finish this episode by mentioning, yes, we also start to stream on Twitch, and I'm putting again the link here on the video. And all I'm asking you, dear beautiful people, as always, is for something which is 100% free for you, which means, in other words, please go on this link and just click the follow button, because that's just 2 clicks for you. One on the link and one on the follow button, and that helps me massively and far more than you can imagine. So dear beautiful people, as always, we are on our way to 20,000 subscribers. And then we're gonna start to do some giveaways, and yes indeed, Twitch will gonna play a role in this one. More regarding this in a later episode. So that's another solid reason for you to subscribe to this channel, share this channel with your friends. Thank you very much for watching, and I will gonna see you in the next episode. Ciao guys.